Hello everybody, welcome back to Critics News with more update on as he take the go. Finally, this our brother wey they call Omoyele Sowore. He don't come back inside the country yesterday will be Sunday, the 15th of this September 2024. No be small thing happened inside the airport. They say as soon as Omoyele Sowore arrived the country, say that the DSS we don't lay ambush, lay sentry, and the immigration community, we don't say, once, what do they call him? Sowore enters this country. Once he enter the space, they may they grab him, go lock him up sharply. Because of the protests, we don't happen inside this country. I say, So as the man enter inside, he enter inside the country, so now so DSS, all the security agencies, now so they rush my guy, as if saying, na terrorist, na criminal. Meanwhile, the terrorists are roaming inside this country, doing TikTok videos, doing Facebook Live. Nobody don't go capture them. As soon as I see Omoyele Sowore, a decent man, as soon as they swoop on him. Yes, we have got him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, Alpha 101, 2. We have him here. Yes, sir. We have captured him. As if saying na Osama bin Laden on a capture. Nigeria, una no get shame. Nigeria government, una no get shame. Tinubu, you no get shame. Yeah? Now they say una don't go collect him passport. As if say na somebody where they run. Omoyele Sowore no be person where they run. He already know. Because he own newspaper don't publish and say secret memo revealed that DSS will arrest Omoyele Sowore immediately he steps into the country. So he's not somebody who be say he dey fear una. You know they fear una papa, you know they fear una mama. And just they do una self, they do gama. Government power reach your hand now. You won't even do past Buhari. When they go say, oh, Southern president. Once power comes to the south now, they will do this one. Now so they hate your own people. See your brother will be Sowore. Say they Sowore don't still tell them, say whether in day there or no day there, say October 1st. That is beginning of next month. Say the kind protest we go break out inside this country. Say, you go shock Nigerian government. As revolution now, campaigners go storm airport. No, they say no be small gbese na happen for there. When Nigeria government and DSS see red eye. And so they flee. Leave my guy. Make it they go in Papa house. If like saying only in passport, now they succeed in collecting. Now they say that the convener of Hash Revolution Now movement, Omoyele Sowore, has declared that the fearless in October protest will take place on October 1st, with or without his participation. Sowore said this on Monday morning when he appeared on News Central TV, which was monitored by Sarah reporters. According to him, the next massive protest will not end until the government fulfill all the requests made by the protesters. He said, and I want to make this clear here, whether I participate or not, and I'm addressing other security people, it is going to happen, just like the one in August. I was not here, and it happened. Even in 2019, the protest that I was arrested for, Hash Revolution Now, happened, even though I was arrested 2 days before the protest, so nobody can stop it. I only know that it will start on October 1st. I don't know when it will end. Nigerians are tired of suffering. Did you know that in 2023 in France, French workers protested for 6 months non-stop? So why the complaint about the 2 months, the gap between Hash End Bad Governance and the Hash Fearless in October protests, when there is still hunger, starvation, and corruption? That is what we are talking about. The previous protest that happened in Nigeria did not achieve anything. Because I wonder how you go want to protest for 10 days. What the government will do is just to see how they can suppress you for that 10 days and it is over. But when they see an endless protest, then they have no other choice other than to heed to the demand of the protesters. That is how it's done. See, person will tell us, say, in one day look into your demand during the previous 10 days protest that happened. That is the End Bad Governance protest. Now, he never do anything, not even a single thing out of the demand raised by Nigerians. The former African Congress AAC presidential candidate insisted that any citizen who feels is apt for them to start the protest October 1st should go ahead. He continued and he said that anybody who feels that he has cheated or feels the burden of bad governance, then they can buy gasoline. They can't pay their band or whichever band they put for electricity. Then they can't pay school fees and they feel strangled by the government, either by economic policies or political policies, that they should start the protest immediately. Let's start from when he arrived at the airport. What happened there? No be small thing. I know how our Nigerian police and their agencies they do gamma like say them be assistant Jesus. Make una see him now. Oh yeah.
We are going to take a next action as soon as possible.
Omoyele Sowore will be arrested. Nigeria's youth are here at the international airport to welcome Omoyele Sowore back to Nigeria amid insecurity. Amid security threats that has been shared across the country before that. Once he entered Nigeria.
All right, I'm on Arasiam. This was the moment the Hash Revolution now supporters stormed the airport and blocked the road and say that when the police come see red eye, no be person tell them say, this thing don't red to say, make them quick give up. If not, it will cause another problem. Now, so they take leave. Omoyele Sowore be that too.
It's not the process. I will share this video. If we have like they only alive. It's just a pickup. It's not a waiting point.
The last time, every 2 weeks, even the drum set, we walk through this place, welcome him at the station. I think they are taking a person and bringing
Sorry.
Don't just bring us into the water. Just calm down. There's just like it is our right. This is a public place. So you cannot tell us not to, go to where we're going in a public place. For what reason?
This is a peaceful issue. Please don't make it otherwise.
This is the video of the Who mentioned violence there? That you are taking us up from there. If you see violence, we stand.
It is not a rule. This is the video.
I've already done that. I just came out. I drove in. I came out. I drove in. Ask the lady there. But the fact remains that this is the video. This is the last time that we did this. This is the last time.
Excuse me. Why is this officer mounted?
They were here last time. They were boss.
You don't buy the way your mama start to say no be said to.
So no be small thing. I happened inside Lagos State as soon as Omoyele Sowore was arrested. Now let me bring you his interview on this matter when they talk for News Central.
I cannot even believe, and this belies the question about faith, that anybody in the Nigerian judiciary would entertain choosing charges against protesters. And I have said it publicly that I'm appalled by the position of not only the prosecutors, but the judge who accepted to sit over a case in which he himself said in open court, I don't think this thing warrants treason. But, I'm going to grant them bail. He granted bail with conditions that could not be fulfilled. So what the Nigerian government officials do with these bogus charges is to obtain conviction because they know they cannot succeed at trial. Because even the worst kangaroo judge in the world would ask you for evidence.
Yeah.
Yes, let me tell you, in 1994, I think, Femi Falana and Olusegun Mayegun of NANS of those days, under the military, were equally arrested and charged for treason for a protest that I think was in 1992. Yes, Babangida must go protest we did. And they came and ransacked the university, arrested Mayegun, arrested Fala. But even the magistrate at Kuje prison granted them bail. At that time, under military rule, and said, this is rubbish. He granted them bail, I think, during their first appearance. To answer your question about what will happen, nothing will happen. There's no case here. But their strategy must be known to the public, is to drag the case on for as long as it's possible, so that those people, these victims, will be so inconvenienced, and they will discourage others who might want to exercise their rights in the future. It is what they did to me in 2019. They charged me for treason too. Couldn't present a scintilla of evidence for 5 years. They restricted me to Abuja. The judge restricted me to Abuja. Same thing. And, she granted me bail on conditions that I could not fulfill. And when we came back and asked for her to reverse herself, Justice Ijeoma Ojukwu was her name, she was asking, you mean Sowore doesn't have 100 million naira to deposit as a bond in this case? Femi Falana was like, Sowore is not a thief. Where would he get 100 million naira to put in the bank account of the judge, of the court, when he hasn't committed any crime? And the people who are stealing, the multi-billion dollar thieves, you are granting them bail in this court. You are granting them the right to go for medical treatments abroad. The people who destroyed Nigerian hospitals, you are giving them legal rights to go. But this woman, the judge at that time, restricted me to Abuja for 3 years. I was the third person in the history of Nigeria to be restricted to a city. First person being Pai Modu, a labor leader during colonial era. Then Obafemi Awolowo, who was restricted to Lekki. And I'm not talking about the Lekki here.
Yep.
The Lekki I'm talking about is inside Lagos. It's closer to Ondo State, the real Lekki. And if you still go there today, you will wonder why people were so wicked in Nigeria that they will restrict somebody to such a place.
Yeah.
And then the third person was myself. 2019, I spent 3 years in Abuja, unable to leave Abuja. So this is the continuation of this kind of judicial misconduct. And I call it misconduct because these are things that ought to be investigated. People ought to be punished. I mean, judicial officers, the prosecutors who wrote this, the attorney general who signed off on it, the judges who accepted to rule on this. These are the people that should be tried for treason. And I mean it. It's treasonable for government officials, the president, the attorney general, to connive together and hang very egregious crimes on citizens who are merely exercising their fundamental rights to be heard in any society.
All right. So that's Momoyele Sowore, the convener of Hash Revolution now. This country is getting worse by the day. Now, let me show you something that will shock you here. So, before we play you this video, look at this. So, you see, these ones cannot happen in Nigeria. Kenyan Inspector General of Police bags 6 months jail term for defying court orders. The same thing where we hear for Nigeria. Where has it happened in Nigeria? You know they happen now. Now, while they go take release, they go say, oh, court threatens IGP. Court threatens Inspector General of Police. Court threatens Commissioner of Police. Even though they have violated the court's right. Something that they are supposed to sentence them to prison immediately. Court no go do it. Now so good they hear IGP risks. Rubbish people. Make una hear from Arise News TV. Even get another video of Sowore.
And especially yesterday when the first official lifting of products from the Dangote refinery took off, was agog with news about this and of course the controversies or perhaps the debates that also occurred. Your take on this story?
If it was a sane client, I should be here this morning singing one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Kumbaya. But because it's Nigeria, and we're quite insane here because of the way the government does things, it reminds me of what they say about Congo, that where logic ends, Congo begins. Today, where logic ends, Nigeria has started. What was the madness about the pricing? So today, Dangote said they sold at a certain price. NNPC is saying they carried at another price. What's the madness going on? Who is trying to cheat Nigerians here? All of a sudden, with the NNPC pricing template they released, do you know that petrol price has increased by over 100 naira in the space of one day? Which people are going to buy it? The suffering Nigerians? That the 70,000 for minimum wage is already gone? I did the math. If you earn 400,000 naira in this country, Ayo, you can't run a family again. If you earn 500,000, you can't run a family. If you earn 600,000, you can hardly run a family if you live in Lagos. So a couple of things we need to know. Who is telling the truth between Dangote and NNPC? That's number one. Secondly, is there subsidy still going on? You should come out and tell us. Because when you do the math, if you say market forces should come into play, if despite the fact that it's still, we see about subsidy in Kenya, and it's 190 shillings per litre, that's about 2,000 naira, then if you are saying it's going to come down to 950, then nobody's telling us the truth. Also, will the price change when Dangote starts to now get this product in naira? Another question we should ask is this. Then, are all of these logistical costs, are they fixed costs? Or will they variate or change? When crude oil prices start to grow again to over $80, $90, $100 per barrel, will the price remain the same? How many more price increases are we going to have? Obviously, if we can have 100 naira price increase with recourse to nothing in the space of one day, then what are they not telling us? Wouldn't NNPC say they still want to go and import despite the fact that we have availability here? Who is deceiving Nigerians? Questions.
Questions this morning.
Wahala dey inside this country, and there is no solution in sight. And so what go they do for this country? It go turn 2025. Make I play on this video from where is that video? I'm going to take a spiritual break. Okay. Let's see. Pastor, help me.
Let me bring this one. You will see when I touch her where she will go. Watch. She will show you the husband. Watch. It won't end here. You will see her going. So that you understand what we are doing here. Can you see where she's going? Watch. Just watch. Can you see she's passing? Watch. Watch. She doesn't want to go, but the power of God is taking her there. Let me count 3, you see. 1, 2. Look. Now she will go down. 3. Can you see? Watch. You see it? You are in trouble. Ask Titus, let's speak the truth. Daddy, she's not the one. Yes, Papa. You see what I'm talking about? This is what I'm talking about. When we pray for you, you got. So for her, that lady to go and sit on that man, it's not a mistake. I can show you many things like this.
So now don't say, and we just took a spiritual break right there with our with our Papa from one of these African countries. Pastor, you don't see my hands, Abi. Well done, man. You are doing well. The old Uncle Last Law here. But we'll go another news.